Hey, what's up guys, it's Lord Sando here. This is gonna be the well-awaited Deepwoken race tier list. Before I get into it, I want to thank the team over at Deepwoken Info for compiling all the information about races that we currently have in Deepwoken and making the pictures a lot more accessible. Also, it would be much appreciated if you could consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more Deepwoken content. This tier list is going to be based solely off aesthetics and the themes of the races. This kind of thing is completely subjective, and I wouldn't blame you if you disagreed with me. Let's get into the first race, which is the Adretians. So the Adretians are the only race that appears to be completely humanoid. They have face tattoos, and they have light blue skin. For me, I have Adretians in B tier, because whilst there is nothing that annoys me, or is offensive about their theme, they appear to be quite bland, and don't serve much of a purpose apart from their function in the Adretian-Etrean war. Next we have the Canor race, and for me personally, Canor is going to be the race that I'm going for on release. It's an easy S tier for me. This is arguably the coolest looking race in the game. The one in this picture kinda looks like Yuno from Black Clover. It's unclear what the race theme is. It appears to be human like Adretians, but there is speculation that it will be dog themed because of the name. Since Felinors are cat themed, and Felinor is similar to feline, people think that Canor will be dog themed because Canor is similar to canine. The next race is Celtor. The Celtor race is raccoon themed. Apart from that, there isn't really much noticeable about them. I'm gonna put them in C tier because I don't really like raccoons. The next race is the Etrean race, and they're gonna be a B tier for me. Unlike a lot of the other races, we know a lot about Etreans. Etreans are a snake themed race, and they were inspired by the Naruto character Orochimaru. They have white hair and pale skin. They kinda remind me of Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter. They're known to be quite a xenophobic race, and they hate all other races. They're at war with the Adretians, and while I like their theme, I feel like they're a bit too edgy for no reason, and so that's why they're in B tier. Next is going to be the Felinor race. So I have two separate pictures of Felinors, if you couldn't already see that. The first picture is the Catboy Felinor, and the second picture is the Black Felinor. So I'm going to be putting the Catboy Felinor in C tier. Before you run to the comments, just hear me out. There are multiple reasons that I'm not really the biggest fan of the Felinor race. The first reason was that they were originally intended as a joke before they were added to the game, which sort of undermines their legitimacy. When you have serious races such as Adretians and Etreans, and then you have like a meme race like the Felinors, it sort of feels out of place. Also, it sort of feels like the token fanservice race, like the Castellans of Rogue Lineage, and I was never really a fan of that kind of idea. All of that being said, I will put Black Felinor in A tier. We've only seen one of these, which was during Nano Prodigy's video, and it looks really cool. It looks a lot more serious than the other variant of Felinors, and the aesthetics are really nice. Next up are Ganymedes. This race is based on Japanese folklore. It's meant to resemble an umebozu, which is a type of Japanese yokai. Ganymedes are B tier in my book. I really like their theme, but the one thing that's putting me off from them is their lack of mouth, and their eyes are really unaesthetic. The next up is the Gremor race. They are characteristic for their horns and their nomadic nature. They are B tiers, but very close to A tier. They are the opposite of Etreans, in the sense that they are tolerant of other races. I would put them in A tier, but for some reason they remind me of Vesperians from Rogue Lineage, and I don't know why, but that kind of annoys me. The next race is Khan, and they are a solid A tier for me. They are based on the mythical Chinese Monkey King Sun Wukong, and in my opinion they get the balance between theme and aesthetics correct. Next is the Lightborn race, and they're another A tier for me. In the poll that I conducted in my YouTube channel, the majority of people said that Lightborn was their favourite race. I have the race slightly below Canor, but I can see why people like the race so much. The race is based on angels, and it has a halo above its head or behind its neck. Based on pure aesthetics, it's one of the coolest looking races. but we still know very little about the theme of Lightborns, apart from being connected to angels. Next we have Vesperians, which are another awesome looking race. Vesperians are beetle themed, and they all have unique looking masks. I'm going to be putting Vesperians in A tier because of their uniqueness. There's just something that stands out to me about them, and I wouldn't be surprised if they played an important part in the game's lore. That's my Deepwoken race tier list. Remember once again that these are all my opinions. I know a lot of people will disagree, especially about me putting Canor in S tier, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching and peace out.